Hey everybody, so I finally lost one of my press-on nails today, so I'm making myself a new set. So let's get into it. I've already pre-buffed and base coated these nails with 2 coats of base coat and then Beetle's base coat. Everything I'm using in today's video is Beetle's product. This color is number B176. I go in and do 2 coats on both hands of this color. And it's just a pretty nude, like a neutral nude. And here's me doing the other hand. 2 coats. It was a little bit sheer when I put it on. So that's why I went in and did 2 coats. So I'm going to be doing a French tip on these, so I didn't want to be able to see through any of it. So after we give those a good cure and make sure they're cured all the way, I took a brown color. This is Beetle's number B177 to do a French tip. And I'm just eyeballing this. I've gotten pretty good at it with some practice. But man, it took me a minute to be able to learn how to, always one side was higher than the other. Or I would mess up when I was coloring it in. And they're still not perfect. I usually have to go in with a correction brush and touch it up just a little bit. But hey, it's hand painted and I don't strive for perfection. So here I'm just finishing up that French tip. Making sure it's nice and straight on both sides. And then we're going to give that a cure. So we're doing the same thing on the other hand. Except I chose different fingers. I'm doing these hands different. This set is for myself, and I like to wear both my hands different. And even though this isn't like a real drastic difference like some of my other sets, I just changed the fingers that the French tip is on and then the main design as well. So I'm just making sure that gel polish is nice and saturated with no lines. Gel polish is pretty self-leveling too, so if you ever feel like you have bumps in it, let it sit there for a minute and level itself out. Some of it's not, but you can usually get pretty good results if you let it sit there for a second. So I'm going in with my cleanup brush just to clean up that French tip a little bit. It was higher on one side than the other, just like I said. Just trying to get it not perfect, because if you strive for perfection every time, you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. And just do the best you can. Try to be better every day. And be happy. So just smoothing that out, and then we're going to give that a good cure. Now I'm going in with some of this glitter, which is color number 466 from Beetle's. And I'm going to do a little glitter ombre up this nail. So I just take my ombre brush and little soft pats, about 3/4 of the way up the nail. Just softly, softly pat. If you pat too hard, it's going to take all of the gel polish off or leave like holes, I guess. Doing the same thing on the pinky. I got a little bit too much polish on there, so at the tip, so I took it off. So I'm just going to wipe off that brush real quick and then go in and do the ombre on the pinky. About 3/4 of a way up the nail. And now that I think of it, I should have probably changed which finger the glitter was on my other hand, but oh well. So here's where I go in and do the French tip on the pointer finger on the one hand. And I can't remember what I did on the other. Pointer and ring finger on one hand, and then I think on the other I did pointer and middle, or middle and ring. Definitely middle and something. Cleaning it up a little bit with my cleanup brush. Sorry, my voice is a little hoarse tonight. Like, it's pretty late and I worked all day. I'm going in and drawing like some M shapes to make some pumpkins. And I actually got this nail idea from another YouTuber I've been like binge watching. Her name is Nails Slayed by Val. And she actually did this set for one of her clients. And she's super good. Like, I literally just sit and listen to her while I watch all my sets, or while I do all my sets. She added some rhinestones to hers, and I didn't have those kind of rhinestones, and these are for myself, and I work at a pet store, so I can't wear rhinestones really at work. So I left the rhinestones off, but I hope if she did see this set, she would be a little bit proud. I didn't use any of the same products she used, I don't think, except for she does use Beetle's top coat and base coat. But anyways, after I kind of stagger those hearts, not hearts, they're like M shapes. I color that all in. And I make sure there's no bumps, because white shows every flaw. So you have to just really make sure it's super smooth. Give it a good cure. And I make sure this is really, really cured before I do the next part. And I take some of that same brown, which was B177. And I'm just going to outline the pumpkins. And I start with the bottom one. And then I go through and do the top one. Just with thin lines. And then I'm going to go, I don't know what they're called, but the little lines that make it look like a pumpkin.
What?
Sorry about that, y'all. That is my daughter who likes to keep coming in and interrupting while I'm recording. So sorry about that. Now I'm a little bit distracted, but whatever. I'm drawing the little lines that make it look like a pumpkin, and I have no idea why my camera is shaking like that. But I don't draw too many. I think I only did like 4 on each pumpkin, just to make it look a little bit more real. And I do the same thing on the other side. And see, these pumpkins aren't even exactly the same, but it's cool because I like them to be different. And Val always said, to get really thin lines, you need to have like no product on your brush. And so you can see I keep wiping off my brush. That's why. It's because I want to get those lines like super thin and straight and pretty. So there I go again, making the lines that make it look like a pumpkin. Zoop, zoop. I like to do little zoops. See, I went a little bit too thick right there. But that's okay because, again, it's hand-painted art and it's not going to be perfect. And to be honest, pumpkins aren't perfect. So I'm adding the little stems. Just little teeny stems. And I do that on both nails and cure it. And then I'm taking some of that same Beetles Glitter 466 and I'm just outlining the brown outline of the pumpkin just to make it sparkle. Because Val made hers a super glam set with rhinestones and everything. So I needed to... She did this part too. But I didn't have rhinestones, so I wanted it to be super sparkly. I love sparkles. See, I went a little bit too thick, so I just went in with the tip of my cleanup brush. I was kind of bummed because the glitter that Val used seemed to be one that was maybe made for, like, outlining. It was like a thicker glitter. And I didn't have one, so this glitter ran just a little bit. And it wasn't as, like, pronounced, I guess, as hers was. But it still looked good in the end. I had to clean it up quite a bit with my cleanup brush to make it not look like I colored in the whole pumpkin. But at the end, I thought it still looked pretty. And so now I'm just taking the Beetles top coat. See, I even pulled out some gems there because I was going to try to do some. But I just didn't have any that, like the color that would have made this set look pretty. It would have totally not matched. So I went in with 2 coats of top coat just to make sure that the artwork is smooth. And like I said, I work at a pet store, so I need these to be like extra durable. And I don't know why that is going so slow. But yeah, if Val does happen to watch my video, which would be so cool, she can know that she is an inspiration. Like, I'm 47 years old. I think she's like 23, and I literally watch her every day. So, you're never too old and you're never too young to do what you want to do. I didn't start doing nails until, gosh, let's see. I was 46, I think, when I quit my job of 26 years to become a nail tech in a salon. So I think I'm going on 3 years, 2 years, 3 years. I don't know. When you get my age, you quit counting years because they go by so fast. So if you're young and watching this, don't take advantage of your time because it goes by so fast. And before you know it, when you get up out of a chair, your hip hurts. Now I'm just doing a finish file. Val always files her nails as well. So just getting them nice and straight and square. And then I'm using my very well used dust brush there, you could see, to dust those off. Straightening those out. Look, I got a rhinestone stuck to my mat. Tried to get it off and I couldn't. And I didn't even use rhinestones. So now I'm just filing the other hand. There's the finished product, you guys. I thought it turned out super cute. And I'm excited to wear it tomorrow. That's it for today. Bye.